Hi, I'm Jung Chol. Today I'm going to talk about how to install Javix 2.4 on CentOS 7. Main topics. In this video, I will cover this kind of topics. Javix overview, and number 2, how to download Javix, and number 3, how to install Javix on CentOS 7. To install Javix 2.4, I will use CentOS 7 as an operating system. Number 4, how to configure database for Javix. To run Javix successfully, you have to configure database. In this video, I will use MariaDB as a database for Javix. Number 5, how to access Javix server using web. If we want to access the Javix server, normally we have to use web interface. In this case, you have to run Apache Web Server successfully. So in this video also, I will use Apache Web Server to access Javix server easily. After you watching this video, you will understand Javix conference and architecture. And number 2, also you will understand the basic required programs for Javix and understand the installation steps of Javix. In this video, I will show you 8 steps for successful Javix installation. Also, you will learn how to install Javix 2.4 on CentOS 7. Javix is an open source software for networks and application monitoring. So we can say Javix is a monitoring program. When Javix monitor the program, normally the object will be network devices and application servers. Also, Javix normally provide agent to monitor remote host as well as Javix. It means when Javix monitor this kind of application servers, normally Javix need to install agent to each object like application servers. So even if this kind of application servers is far away from Javix server, no problem to monitor by Javix agent. When Javix monitor this kind of applications from the remote host, normally Javix will use the protocol like SNMP, TCP, and ICMP. So each Javix agent must support this kind of protocol to connect Javix server. So here, there is one the Javix monitoring server based on CentOS 7, and this Javix server will monitor network devices like routers, switches, and firewalls. And this kind of devices also need to install Javix agent. Also, Javix will monitor database server as a kind of agent. Javix also will monitor web server and web applications as a Javix agent. When Javix server monitor this kind of devices and the servers, normally Javix server will use the protocol like SNMP, TCP, and ICMP. So each this kind of Javix agent must support this kind of protocols. Javix component. When Javix monitor this kind of Javix agent, normally Javix need this kind of component. First one, Javix server. This is a central component, and this central component will receive the data like availability and integrity information and status from each agent. And after that, Javix needs to store this kind of data from each Javix agent. When the Javix server stores this kind of data, normally this kind of data will be configuration information and the data from Javix agent. If you are successful to gather this kind of database, when Javix server are successful to gather this kind of information from Javix agent, and the Javix server needed to store this kind of data to database. And after that, if you want to access this kind of Javix server, you have to use web-based interface. So in this case, you have to check your web server is running well or not. When Javix server collects this kind of data from Javix agent, normally Javix can use the proxy to collect performance and availability data on behalf of the Javix server from Javix agent. Javix agent normally can be deployed on monitoring targets to monitor local resources and applications, and after that, agent will report this kind of gather data to JavaX server. So always JavaX agent must communicate with JavaX server using some protocols. This is a JavaX architecture. So here you can find the JavaX server, and the JavaX server normally will use the web server, in this case the Apache and the PHP. If JavaX server gather the data from JavaX the agent, then JavaX server will store this kind of data to database like MySQL, PostgreSQL, or MariaDB. When JavaX server collect this kind of data from the JavaX agent like MySQL database or Nginx web server and the other application servers, normally the communication between JavaX server and JavaX agent always must be successful. Also, JavaX server can use JavaX proxy to collect data from JavaX agent in the behalf of JavaX server. So each this kind of the JavaX agent must have JavaX agent daemon for each devices. When you use the JavaX server, normally you need to install this kind of basic programs. So Apache, PHP, database like MySQL or MariaDB. In my case, I will use MariaDB. Open IPMI, the library, fping, car, and etc. So before you install the JavaX server, you have to check this kind of packages already installed or not. In my case, I already installed this kind of packages. So in this video, I will show you how to install this kind of packages. Installation steps, there are 8 steps to install JavaX successfully. So step 1 will focus on install Apache, PHP and MySQL or MariaDB. In my case, I will use MariaDB, not MySQL. Step 2, configure Yum repository. So to install the JavaX package, you need to install Yum repository for JavaX. And step 3, now you are ready to install JavaX packages. If you are successful to install this kind of packages, then step 4, we need to set up JavaX Apache pipe. And step 5, you need to database for JavaX. This database will store all data from JavaX agent. Step 6, then we are ready to start this JavaX server. Step 7, set up JavaX configuration on the web. So even if you are successful to start the JavaX server, you need to set up JavaX using web browser. And step 8, JavaX troubleshooting. If you have any problem or trouble to start or use the JavaX, then you have to check some file and log file. Step 1, install Apache, MySQL and PHP. So you need to install this kind of package using this command. So Apache, number 1, second, database MySQL or MariaDB. In my case, I will use MariaDB. And number 3 is PHP. And after that, you need to start all the services like systemctl start HTTPD as a Apache web server, and systemctl start MySQL or MariaDB as a database server. And number 3, now you need to ensure setup for MySQL or MariaDB using this command. Step 2, configure Yum repository. So here I show you, here you can check 3 kinds, the CentOS and RHEL versions 7, 6, 5. In my case, I will use CentOS 7. Step 3, install JavaX package. Now you are ready to install JavaX packages. So using this command, you need to install this kind of packages: JavaX server, JavaX web, JavaX agent, JavaX Java gateway. And after that, number 2, install MySQL package for JavaX. Also, you have to install JavaX related to database using this command: JavaX server MySQL, JavaX web MySQL. And then if we are successful to install this kind of package, then you need to verify your installation using this command. Step 4, set up JavaX Apache pipe. Now you are successful to install this kind of packages, then number 1, you need to edit javix.conf for Apache web server. If you open this file, only you need to add only one line about time zone. In my case, use Asia and sold. And number 2, and after that, you need to restart Apache Web Server using this command. Step 4, create the JABX database. So you need to create a database for JABX. So in my case, I will use the MariaDB. So you need to access your database using this command, MySQL. In my case, -user, root, and password. And of that, you need to create database. In my case, I will use it like this. Create a database JABX, character set UTF-8. And after that, grant all privileges on JABX. JABX means database name. To JABX, here JABX means the username, localhost, identify by JABX. Here JABX means the password. And of that, plus privileges quit. Then you are successful to create the JABX database using MariaDB. Number 2, restore the default MySQL database provided by JABX. If you are successful with JABX, then JABX will provide the database tables. So if we are successful to create the database JABX, then we need to use this command. So here, JABX mean is a username. This JABX mean the database name. And if we are successful install the JABX, then JABX will provide this kind of the SQL files. So schema, images, and data. If you are successful to install these 3 files, then these 3 files will create tables for this JABX database. Step 6, start JABX server. Now you need to start the JABX server using this command, systemctl start JABX server. And then you need to check process and port number. Number 2, start the JABX web installer. Then you need to access the web interface using this URL, your host name and /JABX, or your IP address /JABX. Then you will be successful to access JABX using web interface. If you are successful to access web interface, then in this step, you need to set up this kind of configurations, especially in number 8. When you log into JABX, you have to use username, admin, and password JABX. Then you will be successful to access using these default credentials. After you are successful to configure this kind of JABX, maybe if you check the log file of the JABX, you will find some error message. Then in this case, you need to configure this configuration file. So etc/JABX server.conf. Then here you need to define exact database name, database user, and database password. In my case, JABX will be the same. And of that, number 2, start JABX server again, systemctl restart JABX server. And also, if we want to see check the JABX log file, then you have to use this file, var/log/JABX/JABX_server.log. Okay, then here let's test the JABX installation. At first, step 1, I already told you, you need to install Apache Web Server, and the second, PHP, okay, and the third, MariaDB. So as a database, I will use MariaDB. And then you need to start or restart Apache Web Server. Also, you need to MySQL by using this command. Okay, then step 2, configure yum repository. So in this case, we have to install like this, UBH. Okay, now I'm successful to install this JABX, the yum repository file. Step 3, install JABX packages. So using this command, we need to install this kind of packages. Also, JABX Server MySQL, JABX Web MySQL also will be installed with this kind of packages together according to the dependency. So here, I'm successful to install this one. So here, JABX Server MySQL, JABX Web MySQL also installed with this kind of packages. So let's check this kind of packages using this command. So I'm successful to install this kind of packages. Step 4, set up Zabbix Apache file. So if you are successful to install this kind of packages, then we have to move this directory, and here we can find the zabbix.conf. Only here we need to add only one line. Okay, in my case I will use time zone. In my case I will use Asia and Seoul. Okay, and after that I need to restart Apache web server. Okay, now I'm successful to restart Apache web server after configuring Zabbix file. Step 5, the create Zabbix MySQL database. So in my case, I will use this one to access database using the password. So now I don't have the Zabbix database. So here I will create. Okay, enter. Let's check database. So I'm successful to create Zabbix. Then okay, I'm successful. And then okay, I'm successful to create a database. So you need to restore the default MySQL database provided by the Zabbix. So if you come to this directory, you will find this kind of file. So here we need to install these 3 files. Using this command, you need to install this file, password. Okay, I'm successful to create tables using this file. Second, images. Okay, I'm successful. And the last file, data. Okay, I'm successful. Let's check this kind of tables using like this. So here we can find many the tables created by these 3 files. Okay, I'm a successful step 5. Step 6, start the Zabbix server using this command. So even if you receive this kind of message, but don't worry because then process checking. So here you can find this kind of the process. And after that, let's check the port number. So here you can find this port number already open. It means now Zabbix server is already started. And now start the Zabbix web installer. In my case here, I will use this one. So in my case, I will use this IP address 192.168.15. So before you access to Zabbix, you have to check your PHP is working well or not. In my case, now here, PHP is working well. So now let's access the Zabbix like this. So here you can see this kind of screen. So here, step 7, configuration on the web. So at first, let's check the welcome message. Then number 2, the prerequisite and the DB connection and the Zabbix server details. pre-installation and install. Okay, then let's go to next. So here you can check this kind of PHP, the current the value. So if you have anything is off or that has a problem, here you can check or you can install PHP programs. So in my case, I can see okay, okay, okay. So now in my case, I will go to the next. So the database type here, DB connection. So in my case, I will use the MySQL and the host name, the local host, port number, the default, and the database name, the Zabbix, and username also Zabbix, and password also same, Zabbix. Test connection. So here you can see, okay, and then next. Server detail. Now here the host name, localhost, port number, name is okay. So now the pre-installation, the summary, you can see or you can check this kind of information. Okay, next. So the install finish. So here at first time username, admin, password Zabbix. So I'm successful to use the Zabbix. So at first time here, Zabbix, you have to check Zabbix server is running. Yes. So for this kind of purpose, you have to check some information. Okay, the last step. In this directory, you have to check the zabbix_server.conf. So in my case, okay, line number the 72, DB host must be localhost, and the DB name also must be Zabbix, and the DB user Zabbix, and DB password Zabbix. So using this information, you have to access the Zabbix. Then you will be successful to access the Zabbix like this. You can see here Zabbix server is running. Also, if you want to see the log file for Zabbix, and in this directory you can find the Zabbix server log. So here tail server. So in this, if Zabbix create the error message, then here you can check the error messages for Zabbix. So in my case now, I cannot find any error message. So here I'm successful to install Zabbix server. Summary. In this video, you learned what is Zabbix. Number 2, what are the components of Zabbix architecture? And what kind of programs do you need to install Zabbix? And how to install and start the Zabbix server? And number 5, how to configure database for Zabbix. In my case here, I use the MariaDB, not MySQL. And number 6, you learn how to configure Zabbix on the web. Thanks for watching this video. God bless you and see you in next time.